excuse me, my man. I'm looking for... No. I'm looking for a guy named Terry. I'm supposed to meet him up here.
Ask him.
Hey, excuse me, my man. I'm looking for Terry Schappert.
Well, you don't say. Pull up a chair. Have a drink.
Terry, what are you doing? You know I'm busy. You dragged me all the way out here just to play dress up? Come on, man.
People with ropes around their neck don't always hang. Is that true? We're gonna find out on this episode of Hollywood Weapons. I'm Terry Schappert. As a 23-year U.S. Army Green Beret veteran, combat medic, sniper, and close combat specialist, I've been tested most of my life. I'm here to put Hollywood to the test. This is Hollywood Weapons. Such ingratitude after all the times I saved your life. You guessed it. Last week I was watching TV and one of the great westerns of all time came on, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Classic movie with great actors. Clint Eastwood, Eli Wallach, Lee Van Cleef. Now, for some reason you don't know what the movie's about. Eli Wallach plays Tuco, a wanted man. Eastwood plays Blondie, who comes up with a scam to turn in Tuco from town to town, collect the reward, and then save his skin right before he gets executed. Kind of a cool idea. Man, it's really hot out here. And I'm wearing a poncho. I'm gonna go back in and get a drink. All right, so here's the deal. He makes 3 different shots in the movie, 3 different distances, positions, and angles with 2 different guns. Whoa!
Just water.
Yeah. Say the thing.
You guessed it. It's time for Terry's knucklehead science.
And I thought you were gonna be bad. All right, a lot of questions with this movie, all right, especially the shot. Hitting a rope with a rifle is not an easy thing to do, and is the caliber of that bullet big enough to sever a rope under tension? Don't know. I do know I'm a huge fan of Westerns and Clint Eastwood movies. All right, I know I gotta go see Larry. I think I should let him cool off and go see Andre Ellingson first, because I wanna find out how they actually did it in the movie. All right, I'm on the set of Criminal Minds to see my buddy Andre Ellingson, a special effects guru. This guy's been doing this a long time. Andre!
Hey, Terry, come on up.
Andre, I'm invading your safe space, my man.
Hey, Terry, how are you? Welcome back.
Good to see you. Have you thought about the rope?
I have. You know, when you called me, I realized I had done a pilot about 20 years ago with Kenny Rogers called The Gambler.
Yes.
And we did that exact same gag. He was in a noose on a horse and ready to be hung. And we had to blow the rope in time before the horse took off. So I think I know how to do this one.
I'm so glad you're in my life. Lead on.
I'll show you out back.
All right, bud.
Okay, so here's how we prep the rope for it to be shot by a bullet. What we've done is we've taken this hemp rope, we're gonna unwind it, okay? Hey, Mark, can you help me for a second here and put this charge in? Okay, so we're gonna weave it right into
Yeah, man, that's clever.
Right into the rope. So we'll wind that all the way down, then we'll attach our wire to our pyrotechnic charge.
Awesome.
And we will detonate this and see what we get.
This is your lane, this is what you're great at. Real world, just ballpark. Do you think this could actually work with a bullet?
I believe it could, with the right caliber and the right distance and tension on the rope that we're gonna simulate here. I think it's possible.
You ready to go, buddy?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's check it out. Let's do some eye and ear protection.
Rubber to the road, man.
Yes, sir. All right.
You count, man. I'll
call
shoot,
it out.
buddy.
3, 2, 1.
My man, perfect.
Yep.
It's safe, it's replicatable.
If they want to go again, we just rig another one. We can do it all day long at this point now that we know it works, so.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
You know I'm always gonna come and bug you.
Anytime.
I'll see you around.
Anytime,
Thanks again, man.
You got it.
Now, so here's the thing. We've seen how it's done in a movie, but now I gotta go find Larry and find out how it's done with real guns. You're not still really mad at me, are you?
What do you think?
Come on.
Dude, your text said emergency. I need your help.
Well, first of all, it was an emergency, and I do need your help.
What do you need my help for now?
What was I wearing when I saw you?
A poncho and a cowboy hat.
Right. What movie did I look like I was from? Come on. It was Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I'll finish it for you. What shots?
The hangman's noose.
3 times. Yeah, come on, Larry. One of my favorite movies.
What do they do that 3 times in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Twice with a lever gun, I think, and once with a sharp single
And it's
shot.
progressively further distance. Can we actually do it, do you think?
Well, I mean, I think the mechanics of it are pretty simple, right? We've got the guns and the ammo. The hard part is hitting the rope. So let me grab a rope and we'll see what we can put together for you.
So I'm gonna finally get my shot. I'm gonna finally get 3 shots, and I better be good because I will never hear the end of it from that guy. What? Seriously, man, you expect me to fall for that? What's going on, Larry? What are you doing here?
Well, I've been calling you all day, Terry, but you don't have any cell service up here.
Hey, amigo. Relax. We're not done yet. What do you got?
Well, I think I've got the guns, the logistics, and all the safety procedures figured out, but there's still some things that you and I need to go over.
Good. Let's go outside. I do not trust this dude.
Okay. Okay, so here's the setup, right? In the film, they take the shot 3 different times, each time from a different location and distance. First shot, Blondie's up in a hayloft, 15 feet up off the ground, about 50 yards from the target. He's on foot, Tuco's on horseback.
Big Larry, don't worry about it. We're not going to shoot near you at all.
Anyway, second shot, both Tuco and Blondie are on horseback. They're about 30 yards away from each other. And of course, the last shot is the most difficult of
That
all.
final one, yeah.
Absolutely. They're like, I don't know, 250 yards plus away from each other. Blondie's on horseback. Tuco's perched precariously on a grave marker, and he's got a noose around his
I
neck.
mean, man, however you look at this, any one of those shots is pretty tough to make.
Well, you know, this is Hollywood. We make the impossible happen.
Yeah. Okay, so what's next?
Well, we still have a few items we got to pick out, so let's head back to the warehouse and get that taken care of, okay?
Cool, man.
Terry, what are you doing?
You said we're going back to the warehouse.
Yeah, but we're not going back on that.
And why not?
Because it'll take you like 3 or 4 days. Just come with me already, will you? And change your clothes.
I'm sorry, Big Larry. Maybe next time. Come on, dude, you gotta kind of go with me on this a little bit.
We got the good, we got the bad. We definitely have the ugly here.
I see what you did there. Henry rifle?
Close. That's an 1866 Yellow Boy. When they were filming the movie, there were no reproduction Henrys around. It would have been correct for the movie, but they just didn't have it. So they kind of faked it. They took an 1866, they removed the wood, it kind of looked close. They did the best they could with what they had at the time.
Knucklehead, like me, I wouldn't have caught it. What do you got here?
This is the big boy. This is the Sharp.
Dude,
Single shot,
yeah,
45-70, double set triggers. I mean, this is a real man's rifle. Someone who's going to shoot this might really want to know what they're doing.
We're also gonna need some rope. You got?
We will. You know, we'll probably need multiples because we're going to do this several times. I'll get a bunch of them made up, all tied into a running knot. Kind of put together a sample right here just so we can see what we're dealing with.
Awesome.
This is kind of a period correct rope, right? It's a 3/4 inch rope. That's what we guesstimate from the movie.
Yeah.
And just to show you how hard and challenging the shot will be, 3/4 inch, right?
Yeah.
0.75. But you're shooting at it with a 45 bullet. 0.45. So theoretically, you could actually make the shot and punch a hole right through the middle of it, assuming you can hit the rope, and the rope actually won't fray apart. You know, so really kind of a lot of factors going on here.
Well, if I made that shot, I would admit that it's lucky, but as a win, I mean, even if you don't cut the rope, the guy dies, you still win.
It would be a win for you as the shooter, but I don't think the guy on the end of the rope would think that it's a win.
So where are you gonna get a guy that can make that shot, Larry?
I have no idea, Terry.
When we come back, we head to the Old West and try these shots for real. Once again, we are out in the dry heat of Arizona, and our amazing crew is setting up the various scenarios. Reckon there's a hanging in the making.
Terry, a little respect, please.
Dude, sorry. What do we got?
Okay, well, we got the crew putting the final touches on the gallows.
Yep.
It's looking really, really good.
It looks great, actually.
We've got our simulated hayloft in the background there. It's going to be off of that sniper tower. We're going to be using that 1866 lever action that we zeroed in.
Yeah.
Brass scope, 45 caliber. Everything seems to be in place. I think we're ready to go. Let's go ahead and take this shot.
You're good, buddy. It's gonna be fine.
Okay, so we've cleared the crew out of the range. We've got Tuco hanging off on the gallows there. We've got a backing on the rope so we can spot for you and see where the hits are going.
Okay.
You got 5 shots in your rifle. Let's lever one in and see what we get.
I brought my Civil War vintage safety glasses.
Always, safety first.
Thanks, buddy.
Here, in the bullseye, slightly to the right. Nice hit. Dead center.
My
Good
man,
one,
I can't believe. I actually can't believe I did that. That was a little bit of luck.
Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, unfortunately, the operation was a success, but the patient died. We hit the rope, but we didn't cut it.
Right.
So if you go back to remember what we were talking about, the 3/4 inch rope in cross-section is actually larger than the 45 bullet. So Tuco's swinging in the wind right now, even though you made the shot.
That was great. I kind of feel like I'm in a theme park with you sometimes. What do you got?
Okay, so as you remember, the second shot in the movie was taken from horseback, right?
Did you bring Big Larry out here for me?
No, I didn't, but if you step back here, I'll show you what I did bring. An alternate shooting platform.
That's not Big Larry.
No, it's not, but for this test, it'll do just fine.
All right, man.
So if you remember the first shot, we actually severed the rope, amazingly enough.
Yes.
It split 2 out of the 3 strands, but it didn't take it apart completely.
Yeah.
Now, in the second shot in the movie, if you recall, that's exactly what happens. He takes the shot, he hits the rope, but it doesn't sever it completely.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
he takes a second backup shot. So this time, you've got 2 chances at this to sever that rope completely. Saddle up, let's see what we can do. Okay, a little bit more difficult shot than before. Obviously, this is not as stable a shooting platform. Same thing, same weapon, you're fully loaded. Take your time, trigger control, breath control. Let's see what we can hit. Uh, 2 inches right. Beautiful hit, look at that. Within 2 shots, and it did exactly what it did in the movie.
You're welcome for your freedom, Zanoff.
It didn't cut the rope.
But I didn't cut the rope.
So take your backup shot.
You know what's funny, man? I went from like lots of pressure to more pressure.
Inch left.
Yeah.
Half an inch left.
No, I pulled that.
Second hit.
Did I get it?
Second hit still hasn't severed the rope, though.
Just like in the movie, the first shot did not sever the rope. Trying to place a second shot in the exact same spot is virtually impossible.
Inches away. You hit it again. Hit it again.
I will say this. This is probably, so far, has been the favorite part of my test because you know what? That is doable with a really good shooter who's got a really nice, consistent, point of aim, but you've got to hit it.
You got to hit it dead on. If
you got to hit a group like a dime with that
If you had 2 shots in the same spot, it probably would have severed the rope.
Let's go take a look.
Let's go take a look.
And I need to apologize to Tuco. Oh, man. Dang it.
Well, you know
I
what?
didn't quite get him.
Once again, we've kind of proved half the theory here. You're capable of hitting the rope. It's just that the shot didn't sever the rope. Well, I guess it just wasn't Tuco's day.
I'm sorry, bud. All right, man.
Tomorrow,
yeah.
we'll try the 200-yard shot with the 45-70 sharps, see if that goes any better for him.
Coming up, the final test. Can I hit a rope from 200 yards and save Tuco? We've tested 2 of the 3 shots, but now it's time for the most difficult of them all. I gotta make this shot. Please help me prove to Larry that it's not just luck. This all happened the other night when I was watching the classic Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Eastwood's character, Blondie, shoots a hangman's rope 3 times, freeing his partner, Tuco, who was played by Eli Wallach. Now, I've already attempted the first 2, but now is the big one. 200 yards, Sharp's rifle, iron sights. I'm kind of confident I can make it.
It's time.
Oh, yeah. Bless Big Larry.
So we pretty much know the setup, right? It's the ending scene of the movie. Blondie comes up, drops the gold at Tuco's feet. He takes his share, and then he rides off into the sunset, leaving Tuco precariously perched on a grave marker with a noose around his neck. Now, I've re-examined the clip in the film, and you can clearly see Blondie flip up the ladder sight on his rifle, and the elevation leaf drops to the bottom of the ladder. On a Sharps, that's the 200-yard setting. So that's going to be our starting point. And if you see off in the distance there's a nice young lady holding a horse. That's going to be your shooting platform.
Dude, 2 things. A, that is also not Big Larry. And 2, that actually looks sort of far from here.
Well, how did it go in practice?
What do you mean? I could have been practicing?
Well, I would have been practicing if I was taking that shot. Anyway, come on, let's get you into position.
I wonder if Big Larry misses me.
Ya te dejó solo otra vez, chiquito. No te preocupes, aquí estoy. Aquí estoy yo para ti, ¿ok, baby? No te preocupes. Todo va a estar bien, ¿ok? Yes.
Okay, Terry, the big test.
Yeah.
So we have a 405 grain bullet. We're shooting at 200 yards. Remember, the Sharps is a single shot breech loader, so we're gonna load it each time between your attempts at it. Remember, we've got about a 5-mile wind going from left to right across the target.
Which will push this.
At this distance with that bullet, yes, it'll push the bullet off target. Good shot. You're in the 7 ring, about an inch to the left of the rope. Okay, you hit the crossbeam, windage-wise right on with the rope.
Well, let's do something a little bit different. In the movie, I saw him, he had his hand out, he was holding the reins. Not particularly anatomically good position, but let's do it in honor of Blondie.
Well, that's what we're trying to prove anyway, is if it can be done the way it was done in the movie. So let's give it a shot.
Let's try it.
Good shot, Terry.
Was it?
Absolutely. You're about 2 inches to the right of the rope inside of the 7 ring. Unbelievable.
Bro, is it not classic Schappert? The harder way, probably anatomically incorrect way, I didn't do too badly.
Well, I think the shot's doable if everything kind of gels at the right moment. The wind, the horse, the trigger pull, and everything like that.
And the other thing we talked about, even if I nailed it dead center, it still might not sever the rope potentially. So,
yeah, you know,
right?
this 4570, you're generating about 1,700 foot-pounds of energy, but a triple braid hemp rope like that, you probably need a tensile strength on it of about 4,800 pounds to snap it.
I don't understand any of those numbers you said, but I will say this, I'm just happy I almost hit it. I could shoot from this distance all day and never hit the rope. So let's go take a closer look and figure out how to finish this test. All right, man, what do you think?
Well, you know, if you look at it, it's not that bad of a shot. You're about 2 inches to the left, about 2 inches to the right, but you were fairly close to the rope, so it's not that bad at all.
That's almost a compliment from Zanoff, isn't it?
I better take back what I said.
No,
then.
here's the thing, man. Would it have cut the rope or not?
Well, I think that's the big question. So why don't we lower Tuco down and we'll get a safe distance set up and everything, and let's just see if the 4570 will actually cut the rope.
I could have been even just a little bit off. I think that would have cut the rope if you hit it exactly right at the exact spot.
Well, that just shows you, how much coincidence is involved here. Even that close to the rope, we didn't sever it through completely.
That was awesome, man.
Good job. I'm going to make this safe.
All right, so I got to thank my comrade in arms, Larry, my awesome production team, and the folks at Gunsight for making this safe and possible. So what did we learn? You can hit that rope with that gun, with that round, but everything's got to be exactly right. And whether it severs it on one try or not remains to be seen, but I am convinced that Clint Eastwood, AKA Blondie, would make those shots.
On the day, it's perfectly possible. Now let's get this gallows down. Let's get Tuco picked up here and onto the truck, and let's clean everything up and get out of here.
Yeah, no, I had to get back to Big Larry. Excellent work today.
Schappert, do you know what you are? You're a dirty son of a...
If you're watching a TV show or a movie and you find yourself asking, can you really do that? Reach out to us at outdoorchannel.com, Hollywood Weapons, and maybe we will put that scene to the test.